Hi, this is Brandon Smiley from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the seated band hip abduction. This is a fantastic exercise for the hips, the glutes, and working on some preventative measures on the ACL with some landing mechanic stuff. So you could call this a rehab exercise for any of your clients that you might be worried about that, namely female athletes. We mainly use this as a warm-up or a finisher for some of our athletes. We might also use it to help them get the idea of what it's like to actually use their hips and drive their knees out and abduct that leg from the midline. So we need something we can sit on. We just use one of our box squat boxes or a plyo box that we got available at the time. Ideally, I want them in the actual like squat depth so they have an idea of what it feels like in this position. You can play around with that, that's up to you, but ideally, you know, this 90-degree angle is going to be something that's a little bit more sufficient. So adjust that for your client or your athlete, and you just need one of these small resistance mini bands that you can put around your knees. These are very commonly sold on other fitness websites. So all you got to do is just put your legs in the band, and what we're going to do is we're going to drive these around the bottom of the knee here, okay? And where I want kids initially first is just to feel the tension on the band. So I'm not even going to start them way out here. I just want them to just, you know, sit like they would normally sit, and then, you know, they can relax their legs. Their knees are going to cave in. They're going to feel that, and I'm going to say drive out into the band and to feel that in the hip. That right there is at least going to say, okay, I can feel that. That kind of kicked in. That's a good thing. Now we're going to take our squat stance or something wider. We definitely want our feet outside of our hips, okay? There's nothing wrong with it being here, but I want them outside the hips to create more tension. The reason being is we get bigger range of motion. So then I have them let their knees fall in, collapse, and then what we're going to do is we're going to keep our feet rooted, and we're going to drive our knees out into the band while trying to maintain still a good posture. So we don't want to be bent forward and just sitting here doing these. Just pretend like you're in the bottom of a goblet squat. Knees come in. Use those hips. Use those strong glutes. Drive out. Good solid hold. And then back in. Good solid hold. Back in. So really crank out hard on those knees. You should feel that in your butt. It should feel a good burn. I feel like my butt's going to cramp. That's a good thing. When it comes to programming this, I already talked about using it as potentially a warm-up or a finisher. The other thing is, from a rep standpoint, 2 to 4 sets, probably more in the 2 to 3 set range. We've programmed for 4 sets with supersets before, but generally probably 2 or 3 sets and anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. We want to really build up the resiliency of these abductors and build up the fatigue ability as well, because a lot of times what's going to happen is, I mean, not only do they have to be strong, get your glutes strong with various exercises, you know, your squats, your glute bridges, your pull throughs, your lunging variations, all that's going to help build your glutes and your hips as well. But also think about the fatigue resistance of having to run and jump and all those other things. We want that fatigue resistance to be there too. We're basically wanting it to be posturally strong and to be able to hold position. It's not just about getting them open, and that's why the isometric hold at the end for at least a good 1 count every time is important, because we want it to learn to be able to hold that position. So give that a shot in your training programs. If you find somewhere you can place it. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.